God does not allow any problem to exist before He provides a solution.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. You are welcomed in my life.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Pursuing Life More Abundantly. I hope that you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it's been a few weeks. I hope you haven't missed me too much. Anyways, our last teachings were on our instructors being our GPS to our destinies. I think for me, so far, this is one of my favorite teachings that I have done. And there are several reasons why it's my favorite. I believe that each one of us, at one point or another in life, we get to a place where we want to know or are desperate to know what our purpose is. We want to know why God created us. We want to know, what am I destined to do, or what am I destined to be? And in me finding or discovering that instructors are our GPSs to our destiny is not something that I've read somewhere. It is something that I've discovered through personal experience. I can say that the farther I have come from being young to the point that I am at in life right now, I want to give credit to the God-given instructors that I've had in my life, from my parents to my present mentors and spiritual parents. I'm grateful to God because He put those instructors on my path to my destiny. Even when I didn't know the importance of instructors, my parents guided me and led me in the right path. They took me to church and they were good examples to us at home. And so many other people that have come into my life. So I'm grateful to have God-given instructors in my life. So this last teaching that we did is one of my favorites because of those two reasons, that at one point or another, each one of us desires to know why God created us. And for me, having discovered that there is a way not only to discover our destinies, but to get to our destinies is exciting. When I started, or when I announced that I'm going to be doing teaching videos, somebody asked me, "Aren't you shy anymore?" They were curious to find out if I stopped being shy. But I don't think that I have stopped being shy. I may still be a shy person. But because I think I am destined to do this, I am able to teach. Not that I am perfect, I'm still practicing and learning, but because I believe that I'm destined to do this, then I'm able to do it. On a recent teaching, Prophet Makandiwa highlighted that God never allows a problem to manifest without there being a solution. And in our main story of our instructors being our GPS, the story of Joseph, we saw that even before there was a sign of famine to come to the land of Canaan, even before there were signs of a famine in Egypt, Joseph had already been sent by God to Egypt. And Joseph confirms that it was God who sent him to Egypt when he decided to reveal himself to his brothers. This is in Genesis 45, verse 4 and 3, and this is what it says. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "Come close to me." When they had done so, he said, "I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt. And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." So we see that even before the famine happened, God had already provided a solution to the problem. And that solution came as a person. So I want to emphasize and I want to encourage you to pursue your destiny because you are a solution to a problem. That's the importance of pursuing your destiny, because there is a problem that is existing or a problem that will exist in the future which you are a solution to. Because God does not allow any problem to exist before He provides a solution. You know, on this last Father's Day, part of my family was able to get together, and we enjoy discussing issues, you know, or maybe we love talking, but I will go with that we enjoy discussing issues. And around that time, the hot or current issue that was going on was that of George Floyd and all the other people who have lost their lives due to injustice. And one of the conclusions that we came to was that if everybody was to take their position in the society, if everybody was to take their God-given position in the society, some of the problems that we are facing now, we would not be facing them. When we looked at the police department, we noticed that majority was not the black person. So the black person is poorly represented in the police force. When we looked at the government, it was a similar case. The black person is poorly represented in the government sector. But is it supposed to be that way? I don't think so. I believe that there are black men and women out there who maybe started out when they were young, they desired to be a police officer, or maybe they desired to be in the government. But because of lacking somebody or not having somebody to guide them, they then ended up on the wrong path. Not because that they didn't have the desire to, but because they didn't have that person to lead them and to guide them into achieving or reaching their destiny. You know, in African countries, it may not be that the black man is poorly represented. It could be that the people who are in those places are not really supposed to be in those positions. People who are in those positions are not destined to be in those positions. You know, I'm not very knowledgeable about the political side of things, but somebody who is selfish and somebody who seeks to do things that only cater for themselves, do you believe that that person is somebody who is supposed to be in a position of protecting others or doing things to benefit others? Personally, I don't think so. So that could be a sign that that person is not in the position they're supposed to be in. Somebody else could argue that if we had God-fearing people in those kind of positions, we would not be facing the kind of corruption or the kind of injustice that we see. But how many of those God-fearing people are willing to be groomed for those kind of positions? How many of us God-fearing people are willing to take on worldly positions but operate as a God-fearing person? Maybe some have already gone into those ventures as a God-fearing person and taken up a worldly position. But because of lack of guidance and somebody to instruct you on how to operate in the world but not be of the world, then some of those people are swallowed up to continue doing things as the world does them. So my emphasis is to say that if we pursue our God-given destinies, maybe some of the issues we are facing in the world will be able to be eliminated because you will be a solution to one of those issues. You will be a solution to one of those problems. You know, back in the day, wearing our natural hair or rocking your natural hair as a black person wasn't an acceptable thing. Or even if it was acceptable, it wasn't perceived as beautiful. But now, in the current generation that we are living in, rocking our natural hair has become acceptable. It's become a beautiful thing. It's become something that is desired by many. Not because it just happened, but somebody became a solution to a problem of black hair. Somebody decided, oh, I'm going to create product that can help black person wear their hair naturally and be able to manage it with ease. Somebody has created videos for us to be able to learn how to take care of our hair. From the stage of, you know, washing it, growing it, managing it daily, you know. Those are people who have stepped into their destinies, and they are able to provide solutions because they have stepped into what they were created to do. Is it that everybody who is doing that is destined to do that? Maybe not, but somebody had to have stepped in there, and then others start to follow because they've seen this actually works. A solution has come up, and now you can wear your hair natural, and it still looks beautiful, and you get to enjoy it, and it's acceptable to others. You know, for sure, traditional schooling has kind of limited us to what we view as, you know, career paths or things that you can do as your career. The traditional school doesn't cater for the many gifts that God has given to His people. You know, my spiritual father said one time that you can live by wisdom or you can live by gratitude. So it's possible to create something that provides to you financially as a result of your wisdom. It's possible to create something that provides to you financially as a result of your gratitude attitude that you have. You know, one of the things that I enjoy laughing. And I don't think any comedian went to school and was taught on how to write, you know, the best joke, how to create a joke that people burst out laughing to the point that they're crying or to the point that they're holding onto their ribs because they feel like their ribs are going to pop out or something like that. But there was somebody in their life who encouraged them. There was somebody in their life who saw the gift in them and encouraged them to cultivate that gift. There was somebody in their life who saw their gift and gave them a chance to present it to people. And then there were people who received that gift and they laughed, they enjoyed themselves because somebody was given a chance and somebody was encouraged, somebody was instructed into pursuing what God has freely given them. So what we are destined to do is not always going to be tied to what we learn in school. But you still need that person who is going to instruct you, that person who is going to be able to see what is within you and encourage you to develop it and bring it out to people and bring out solutions for people to enjoy. You know, due to the pandemic that we are all facing at this time, although we may have thought of it before, that job security is not really secure, I think it's become more of a reality to us now that You can lose your job at any time. I know we've seen on news that some of the businesses are closing up for good. Maybe some of the employers are going to be laying off some of their employees. And even in those essential jobs, you're still facing some difficulties. But I believe that this is a good time to think about what has God created you to do. Because I believe that when you are in your God-given place, there's not only provision there, but there is security there, and there is safety for you there. So I would encourage you to pursue your destiny, because one, you are a solution to a problem that is happening now, or a problem that will happen in the future. And secondly, in your destiny, in your God-given position, there is security in that position. There is protection in that position. And you can be assured that there will be provision for you financially in that position. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this information is helpful to you and you are encouraged to pursue your destiny. See you next time on my next video. Bye.